please chat so that I can communicate.
Yeah, sure.
Hope everyone okay
Chandu,
with that.
Sumant, Venkat, are you okay?
Really sorry
Yes.
for this today. Maybe tomorrow I will be having a brief introduction about all guys. Okay, so in Google, just type today. Now we will create a ServiceNow developer instance. Let's give a brief description about this instance. Yeah, I can record. Let me start recording.
Yeah.
It's already being
That will be a
recorded.
great help, Srini, so that we all are on the same page, and it will be really helpful for us when we do the practice.
Okay,
Yeah,
no
Arun,
problem. It's already being recorded. Once I finish this, I'm gonna share with you guys.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Prakash. Your voice is not clear still.
give the permission you can record now.
Oh, okay, all right, fantastic.
Okay.
Thank you.
So before I go and start creating a development instance, let me tell brief description about it. See, ServiceNow providing a free developer instance which is having end-to-end access to the all ServiceNow applications. So we will be having admin access. With that, we can do all the create, delete, or insert, save all the records and applications. So
Srini, can you just hold on
let's
for a
start
minute? Can you just hold on for
creating
a
a
minute?
development instance.
Srini, can you just hold on for a minute?
So open Google and search with a ServiceNow developer. Once you're done with that,
Srini,
you will be getting
just 1 minute, please.
developerservicenow.com. So please
Yeah,
open that.
I'll tell you.
Maybe you can confirm that in chat if that has been.
Yeah, Arun.
Yeah.
Arun. Yeah.
Prakash. Yeah.
We can carry on now.
Yeah, it is okay now. Yeah, please proceed.
I give the
Sorry.
permission. I give the permission. You and Suman can record the session. Okay.
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 Thank you.
So, yeah.
Srini, please go ahead.
So hope everyone followed me how to create a development instance. You just type in Google ServiceNow developer. So you
Okay.
will be getting a ServiceNow developer a website. So click on it. You can be taken to this website. So once you people are here, please let me know.
Yeah, just a moment.
Please confirm me in the chat. Is anyone doesn't have a laptop?
I think everybody has got the laptop.
Yeah, Arun can chat in chat box. Our voice he can't hear.
Who is not having?
Sorry? Did you say something, Prakash?
Yeah,
Since Venkat is having.
We can hear Sri voice only. He can't hear our voice. Just type in chat box whatever is there.
Also,
Oh,
is
okay.
it?
Fine. Got it.
So Chandu, you connected through iPad? Okay. So, but you can able to create using iPad also. I guess. Maybe try opening Google and open this website. Okay. So once you are at this page, please let me know, confirming like done, each one of you. Okay, Venkat is done, and Chendu, Sumant, Arun, yet to confirm. Okay, fine. Arun, I'm waiting for your reply.
Yeah, I think I have already replied.
Okay,
Just
you
a
also
moment.
done. Great. So here there is the option to register. So please click on register. So you will be getting this screen, welcome to ServiceNow registration. So please fill your first name, last name, and the valid so username, valid email ID, and the password, confirm password. Then agree the terms and conditions, submit it. So you will be getting an email to the email ID which you have given at username. So please give a valid email ID at username. So actually when I tested using Skype, it was working fine. So I assume like it will work for this tool also, but it problem happened. So sure, in the next class I'll be resolving this. This is the first time I'm taking this type of session. So I'll do one thing. Please, Arun, can you share your screen so that I'll show the other people also. I will guide you. That is better thing. So I'll stop
Okay.
sharing. So please
Yeah.
start sharing your screen. Is that okay with you? So that others can
Yeah. Sure.
understand.
Yeah. Sure. Just a moment.
Yeah, Arun, please share your screen.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, go ahead with the page.
Am I seeing the Arun screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Can you open the developer in application? Okay. Now go to the email. I mean, log in into the email which you have given at registration form. So everyone do the same, please. Log in into the email which you have given at registration form level. May I know who is sharing screen? Suman? Just want to make sure. Can you confirm who is sharing screen in the chat? Okay, fine, fine. Alright. So open the mail, the latest one. Welcome. Yeah, that one. So click on the link. So please follow everyone the same. So click on sign in. Yeah. So use the password which you have given earlier. After that, please pass Arun until others do the same thing. Okay. Then again in a in the login there in the right side corner there is after feedback there is a login button. So click on login button. Yeah, that one. Use the same user ID and password to log in. Yeah, you already logged in because in the same session, as it is the same session, so you already logged over there. So agree the terms and conditions, come down. Yeah, submit it. So select like anyone. I'm the third one, independent developer. Become a certified developer. You can select anyone. Okay, that is fine. Submit. Okay, everyone done the same thing. Maybe you can pass some time. Let's confirm from others. Okay, Sumant done. Arun, okay. Venkat and Chandu yet to confirm. Chandu, okay. We yet to receive confirmation from Venkat. Once that is done, we'll go with we'll proceed with the next step. Maybe Venkat, you might have forgot your password. The password which you have given at the time of registration, first name, last name, username, and password. Use that password, not the original password of your Gmail or some other the mail which you have given, not that one. Or try the option reset password. Otherwise, if you forgot your password. Okay. So before Venkat, meantime, Venkat is setting the password. I'll tell the guidelines of the do's and don'ts with the development instance. Yes, this session is being recorded. It's recording. Let me check the path whether it is placing or not. User document.
क्या दोबारा रुक गया है स्टॉप अच्छा आप ही कर रहे हैं
One second. Meantime, Venkat create. Let me call Prakash because it's showing it's recording, but the path it's not. The path is not. The recording files are not there. Give me a second. I just got a confirmation from Prakash. The session is getting recorded at his machine. So don't worry about it.
Can you hear me
So Venkat, still are you trying for reset password? Okay, fine. So everyone in the same page, I guess. Arun, can you click on manage the option at the top? Yeah, click on instance. Everyone do the same. Manage and then instance. So now here is a request instance. Click on request instance. This is one-time creation only. Okay, be in the same page. So copy the URL, don't click any back button or something. Copy the URL and save it in Notepad. So this is the permanent URL for which is given for you only. And so, and copy the password also to be in safe side. There in that page itself, minimize this one. Yeah, and this is the version. The version is Fuzzy, and come down. Yeah, here is the password and username. Copy the username and password both. So everyone do the same thing. So Venkat, it seems he didn't receive an email from ServiceNow. Okay. So everyone copy and save the everything. I'll ask Venkat to share his screen. Maybe I'll guide Venkat now. So is it fine, Venkat, for you to share your screen? Venkat, I guess just now Prakash make you as a presenter, so maybe you can have a control. You click on the options and then audio tab, screen tab. There you have an option to share your screen. Yeah, Venkat, we can able to see your screen. So again, go to the register form, the initial one. Because I want to make sure everyone has to create their development instance, because going forward we will do all the practicals using that instance. So type ServiceNow developer, not this one, just type ServiceNow developer in the Google. Okay, yeah, open the first link. Yeah, now click on register. I don't know whether it will throw an error or not because you are giving the same email ID. Just try, we'll see. Give the email ID. No, you give the email address as a username. So this is the password you should remember the next time. This password you should use. This is not a password for your Gmail address. This is for ServiceNow instance password. So give the new password. Okay. Enter the no, give the names, the characters. Give the it's M N K P. All are small. Now do submit. Okay. Now tab out. Okay. It seems you entered wrong characters. Again, give the password and the characters. Or it's loading. No, it's not. Please give the give some like test at the rate 123. Give some password. Anyhow, okay. Now you check your email. Click on sign in. Use the same password. Okay, submit. Yeah, last but one. Yeah, you can select become a certified developer. Okay, now you already logged in. So click on manage and instance. Yeah, click on instance. Yes. Now request instance. Yes. Hope rest of them saved their URL and user ID password. So copy and save this URL. Not that one, not that one. Here, not that one, Venkat. Here it is. Off below to the online, there is a URL https dev 13874. Go up. Yeah, here is a URL. Yeah, that one. Yes. Maybe save in Notepad. Copy username and password as well. Yeah, come down. Yeah, these are the password and username. Anyhow, the password will get changed after your first login. So first copy username and password into the notepad. Venkat, you done copying the password and not this one. Can you show your notepad whether you copied or not? Just want to make sure. Yeah, come down. Not this one. This is the URL. Copy just URL, and if you come down, there is a username and password. Okay. Okay, and come down in the Yeah, here is the username and password. Yes. Okay, fine. So now everyone click on that link. Venkat, you go above and click on the URL, or copy and paste from your notepad also is fine. Yeah, click on that one. So every time, whenever you want to log in into the service now, use the same URL, and user ID is the same admin. Give the admin which they have provided. So username is admin, and copy and paste the password, which is will be difficult to remember. So copy and paste it here from the notepad. So everyone do the same. Now it will prompt you to change the password. So now give the password again. Admin ADMIN. Yes. Any space something while you're copying it. So can you go to the notepad and check any spaces you copied? Okay. Oh my God. Uh, Anyone else can able to log in into the ServiceNow instance apart from Venkat? Sumant, yes. Can you again copy admin? Okay. Arun also able to log in. So something is copying wrong. That is the reason. So you type admin and copy and paste it in the notepad again, the password. We'll check a double check and then copy paste it here. So you copy the password now. Chendu, are you able to log in? I see the confirmation from Arun and Sumant, and Venkat is trying here. Okay, fine. So let's wait for Venkat to log in. Yeah, now change the password. So but for easy understanding, give the same password which you have given at registration level. So current password, copy and paste. This is the current password. Yeah, now give the new password. So keep this password for your reference. So you need to make sure, remember URL and the password which you are giving here. This is never going to expire. And one thing, if you didn't do any activities in 10 days, your ServiceNow instance will get inactive. So please, everyone, please make sure at least anyhow during this practical we will be practicing every day, so that gonna be any problem during this training. After training, you should make sure that you people log in and do some development activities, not creating a service request or incident. creating a business rule or a script or a table. So I'll show you later. So how you make sure your development instance not getting inactive. So that is one thing we should remember. Previously it was 2 weeks. Again, ServiceNow reduced the number of days to make the instances inactive. So it is 10 days. If you didn't do any development activity, your ServiceNow instance is going to be inactive. So so this is your development instance of ServiceNow with the admin privileges. Let me give a brief idea about tool. So the whatever the left side you have, these are all the applications. You click on a play button here, Venkat. After filter, there is a button, right? So click on it. Yeah, click on it. Yeah, this is if you want to. This is kind of a filter. If you want to see the admin applications, it will show you only admin applications. If you want any asset management applications, only those. ITIL reports, all will fetch all the applications available in ServiceNow in a menu corner. So click on all. So these are all the available applications in ServiceNow. Maybe you can scroll it down to see all the applications in ServiceNow. You can filter using a filter also. If you type something, whatever character matches, that will come. You just type incident. Yeah, wherever the incident is located, all the applications will get filtered. So everyone clear how to create a development instance? Okay. Okay, so this is your home screen, system administrator. To make can you? Okay. Can you be Venkat, can you be in this screen? So this is a home screen of system administrator. So for easy access, in a home screen we can place the favorite applications, whatever you think you'll use to access frequently. Those things can be added to the home screen. 10 things: basic setup, data management, create and deploy. So we can delete existing easy accessible applications over here. Okay, so along this is all about how to create a development instance. I just want to make sure, can you please everyone log out and again log in, whether you can able to log in with the password which you have newly created. So once confirmed, I'll go to the another topic. Maybe you can bookmark this URL, that is easy for you for all the time. Okay, fine. In further classes, I'm going to discuss all the tabs and all the buttons, everything in this web application. Okay, so I'll give everyone having a notebook and pen with you guys, because we are not doing any classroom training. So I'll give a notes for important points. Maybe you can note it down. If it is a classroom training, I would have written on the board. So just give a brief overview, architecture overview of ServiceNow. So everyone okay with development instance, so that I'll proceed with the over architecture of ServiceNow. Maybe you can confirm yes. Okay, fine. So the overview of ServiceNow is it's based on you people might know uh, the cloud. So there are many cloud applications. The ServiceNow is created based on SaaS, software as a service. So and IT, maybe you can note it down like a cloud SaaS is the base for a ServiceNow. It is in cloud, and the web application using for it Web 2.0, and all these IT, we call these ticketing and service provider tools, we call it as ITSM tools, IT service management. So all the tools are built based on SaaS. I just SaaS, software as a service. So this is a cloud application, and the ServiceNow data centers are providing this service as a SaaS, software as a service, and a web application using for it Web 2.0. And these are all the tools, like I'll tell you that web application. It's a Apache Tomcat. While discussing about architecture, I'll tell you the version and all. And all these tools, ticketing and asset tracking tools, is built based on the service, we call it as ITSM, IT service management. So this ITSM itself are following ITIL standards. All these tools built by HP OpenView, Maximo, Remedy, all these tools are built by ITIL standards. So this service now is using the ITIL standard version 3, which is the latest version. If you take any example of competitive tools, all these competitive tools, Remedy, Maximo, HP OpenView, all the naming convention is the same. Say for an example, service request is same, incident, change, problem, asset, inventory. So they will follow the same naming convention, because these all tools are following ITIL standards. So for building ServiceNow, they used ITIL v3 version 3 standards. And okay, going to the ServiceNow architecture, the database is using data. I'll ping anyhow here. So for database, they are using database as a MySQL or Oracle. So this is the database, MySQL or Oracle. It depends on the customer. If the customer requested, if they want MySQL as a database, ServiceNow data centers provide MySQL database. If not, they need Oracle, so they will provide Oracle as a database. So these are the two databases supports a service now, and the next is application server is J2W. So all this we call it as a middleware which supports a service now. We call it as a middleware. So J2W as an application server, and OS is Linux. Here is web server, Apache Tomcat, and they are using a load balancer on top of it. On top of the whatever I am giving is a sequence architecture of a service now, and they are using a load balancer to balance all the up and downs of servers. And then after load balancer we will be having customer side. So these are all there, the document which I have shared with you guys for day 1 to day 7. So maybe you can see the documents for all this ServiceNow architecture. And so before going to start the features of ServiceNow, I'll give you all the versions of ServiceNow so far. So they are following A, B, C, D alphabetical order, and all the names are a city's name. So it's a so far A, B, C, D, E, F, and G is yet to come. So A as in Aspen, B as in Berlin. I'll ping those names also. Maybe you can note it down. This is also one of the certification question. What are all the releases so far in ServiceNow? So please make a note of them. So whenever the topic comes, I'll tell like this is also a certification question. At the end of our 30 first session, I'm gonna give conduct one exam for ServiceNow. So whoever got 70% of in that, maybe they can eligible to write a certification question on it. So please make sure whenever I tell the classes, I'm gonna discuss these are all the certification questions. So please make a note of them. At the end of session, after uh, quiz, I'm gonna provide those questions and answers also. So Aspen, Berlin, Calgary, Dublin, Eureka. The latest version which we got as a development instance, we have seen the build is fizzy. So anyhow, I'm giving the training on the latest version. So we are good to have that version as a development instance. And the latest one, which is not yet in the market, not yet released in the market, still they are doing some enhancement to the project. That is Geneva. This is yet to come. So these are all the I guess 7 versions of ServiceNow. So everyone clear with the versions and architecture of a ServiceNow before I proceed to the features of ServiceNow? Maybe you can note it down. Okay, fine. Now, Venkat, you can start sharing screen today because anyhow features will not require an instance. Maybe tomorrow we need that. Okay. So why all the customers, even for an example, one of our 2 customers, IBM customers, are recently migrated to ServiceNow because there is no downtime required for ServiceNow. The availability of ServiceNow is 99.97%. This is also one of the interview question, I can say. 99.97% is the availability of the tool. Availability of the tool. So that might be the one of the reason customers are willing to buy this product. And coming to these are all the features of ServiceNow. One feature is availability, that is 99.97. So whenever in another tools, whenever you did any enhancement to the tool, you created some workflow or some new application. If you want to migrate that the new developments from development to UAT and then UAT to production, so we need a downtime for the tool because we need to move all the content from dev to UAT, UAT to production. Production is the site which using by the customer. So that time we need to shut down the server in other tools, whatever, all the tools except the ServiceNow. But ServiceNow given a feature like there is no downtime required. Without downtime we can directly import and export. So that is the reason the availability of ServiceNow is 99.97%. And the second one feature is the scalability. N number of, yeah, please Arun. Maybe you can type your question here. Yes, they have a backup servers. The backup is a scheduled daily backup, hourly backup and monthly backup. So in their data centers they will be having these backup servers also. Yeah, please go ahead. Yes. So in other systems down, so they no, here is a downtime means we need to, in other tools we need to sync the data. Say for an example, we are having 24 JVMs, 24 servers in our Maximo tool. So 24 servers to sync the whatever the development things you have done in a development instance, whenever you want to move the development product into the production instance which is using by customer, you need to down the servers, otherwise the data which you load will not be synced in all the JVMs. So that is the problem. We need to down all the servers. Once you down all the servers, you will not be able to provide the tool to the customer. But here that problem is not there. Hope I answer your question. Okay, and the backup, coming to the backup, maybe that is our fourth point I'll tell you. And the scalability, the second one is, the first one is availability. Let me write it here also. And the second one is scalability. So the scalability is n number of customers or users. So there is no limit, only 1000 or 2000, 1 lakh can only log in. So there is no limit to login. They can n number of customers or users can log in into the tool. That is how the ServiceNow is providing the scalability. And the third one is the security. Security, ServiceNow is providing the security by HTTPS protocol and SSL certification. Using SSL data encryption. So security is done by HTTPS and SSL certifications. And the backup of data, it's hourly. So they will be having a scheduled backups hourly, weekly, monthly. So we no need to bother about a backup and database availability, application server availability. So all these application server, J2EE, database server, MySQL or Oracle, and web server, Apache Tomcat, all these middleware is maintained by the ServiceNow data centers. We are not maintaining anything these servers, so we no need to bother about these servers. In other tools, we will install all this middleware into a admin console. If something goes down, we need to take care about, maybe they will be having different teams. Let's take an example to give a clear picture. The account which I am supporting, we have a DB2 team to support a DB, and VAS team to support application server, and then application team. So we come into the picture here, application support. So but the ServiceNow is taken care of database and application server, web servers. We call it as a middleware. So we only support application. So whatever the enhancements or whatever the bugs come to tool, we are supporting application, not the middleware. Anyone having doubts so far? Okay, fine. So whenever we purchase, a product from any vendor, so we will purchase three instances. One is, maybe you might know it, maybe if the audio is here, can able to hear, so that is easy for to getting questions from your side. So there are three instances we will purchase from ServiceNow. One is a development instance, and the second one is a UAT, one is dev, and second one is a UAT. We call it as a test instance, testing purpose, and the last one is a production, third one. So the last one is using by the customer. So first, whatever development task we will create that using the development instance. Once it is clear, it is working fine, then we will move that content to the UAT. We call it as a test instance. Then we will ask the customer to test whatever we developed as per the customer requirement. Once he tested it and he confirmed, okay, it is fine, it is good to go to the production, then we will move the content to the production based on the customer response and the customer using the production instance. So anyone have been any tools, ServiceNow, apart from ServiceNow, Maximo, HP OpenView, Remedy, Pedigree. So these are all the Sibyl. Is this based on ITIL? Any tool which based on ITIL? Anyone have been to that tool? ITIL based tool. Okay, but this is one of the prerequisites, because if anyone been to ITIL standard based tool, for them it is very easy to understand the terminology in the process, but no problem, I'll tell you that too as well. Okay, fine. Today these are all in my plate today. So anyone have any questions on ServiceNow architecture and features and creating a development instance? If anyone have, please write a question in the chat. I can clear that. Space means like what space you are talking.
Srini,
For
can you hear me?
example, if you wanna how.
Can you hear me?
This is not something like space we use. This is something like how licenses, how many licenses they provide. Say for an example, you need 10 admin licenses. They will charge for 10 admin licenses only, not for the space. You can create n number of new applications, n number of records. That they will not bother about the space. They will charge you based on a license they will provide. And along with that, if you need any plugins, say for an example, you need a plugin for LDAP, it's a third-party tool, LDAP integration, you need one plugin for it. So that plugin again you need to go to the ServiceNow and request for a plugin. Maybe they will cost something for LDAP plugin. The same way discovery plugin, they will charge separately for that, along with the licenses they will provide. Is that, am I answering your question, Arun, so that I'll go and answer to the Venkat question? Okay, fine. Venkat, can you create instance? Venkat, whatever the instance we create, that is for your purpose only. You can use that using login using the user ID and password. Apart from that, whatever the instance URL you got right now, the same way, whenever you purchase, this is a just for a developer instance and a common forum for everyone. Apart from that, whenever you are going to ServiceNow purchase a product, they are going to provide a separate URL for you, and admin access for it. So that URL you are going to share with your customer. So that is the same URL for everyone. So likewise, the ServiceNow will provide you three URLs. One is for development, and another one is for UAT, and the last one is for production. So these are all the three URLs you are going to use and provide that to the customer. So, but you can create as many of instances which you created now, but in real time, so they will be, whenever you purchase a product, they will be providing three URLs for you. And then later, as you are an admin, you will be able to provide access to the end users, customers. Say for an example, you will be having 10 customers. So for 10 customers, you are going to create 10 user records and you are providing the username and password to them. So that is how we will give access to the end user. That I am going to cover users admin roles topic. Yeah, please, Arun. Using admin, whatever the user ID password you got it, using that admin you will be having end-to-end access for the tool. There is no limitation. Even when if you have an admin access, you can add other access, you will be having other privileges also to add to the your role. So I can say you will be having all the access for all the applications which are available in ServiceNow. Okay, just an example. In a real time, if you want to, if one person need admin license that is providing by ServiceNow, you need to pay for it. Say for an example, they are costing based on admin licenses. So if you need one admin license, so they will be charging something like it depends on some multi-tenancy and single tenancy. I'm not sure how much they will charge. It's 1 crore or 2 crore, but they are charging based on admin licenses. Because if you have n number of admin, if you have more admins, then you will be able to support, provide a full support to the end user. So that is how they will measure, and they will charge based on admin licenses. But admin is having end-to-end access to the tool. There is no restriction for admin. Let's take one example. To generate a reports, we need a report admin access. So for that access also you can assign to your role if you have a admin privileges. It means so admin is having access to give access to others, other access also, like report admin and asset admin. So all these privileges also you can give to others also and yourself also if you have admin access. Maybe that will get clear when we give a role, when we are creating a roles and all, maybe in the next couple of session. But whatever the access you got, so that will be having end-to-end access to all the application. So is it clear, Arun?
Yes.
So anything, any other questions you people have? The straight answer to a question, whenever, just for an example of getting more admin licenses, we need to pay to ServiceNow to get the admin licenses. So I can say admin is a super user for the instance. So anyone have any questions for today's session? So everyone received the documents day 1 to day 7, or Arun, can you confirm, did you receive the documents? Okay, sorry, I didn't scroll down my chat. I was still in the question which you asked. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your question. I'll answer multi-tenancy, single tenancy now. Sorry for that. Oh, there are a lot of mention of. Okay, so there are, okay. Uh, there are two types of environments available in ServiceNow, that we call it as a single tenancy and multi-tenancy. Single tenancy is like, anyhow, that I'm gonna cover in ServiceNow best practice, but let's give a heads up on that. Single tenancy is the URL which is shared by the ServiceNow data centers. That is the URL which is using by the one customer only. So there is no other customer using that URL and the data which you entered. But the multi-tenancy is the same URL, the same product using by more than one customer. So we call it as a multi-tenancy. But to make data security from one customer to another customer, we have a domain separation. So using domain separation, we are going to separate the data from one customer to another customer. That is our first topic anyhow in our agenda. So straight answer to a question, single tenancy is the only one customer is able to access the tool. Multi-tenancy means having more than one customer using the same tool, using the same URL. The main difference is, if you go with the multi-tenancy, the cost will be reduced because the same tool is the servers and the database and everything, load balancer, everything using by two customers. Anyhow, obviously cost will be reduced. Those cases, if you want a cheaper cost, a ServiceNow, you can go with the multi-tenancy. If some customers, say for an banking sector, So always banking and health insurance, all these customers are using a single tenancy because they want to secure their data. They don't want to share with anyhow. Somewhere somehow, if that has been visible to the other customer, that might be a problem. So to avoid that risk also, the banking sector all and health sectors, these customers, whenever they thought they want a dedicated account to be provided for them, so they will use the single tenancy. So in the next tomorrow session, we are going to do a domain separation. This domain separation is used for multi-tenancy because the data is separated by using the domains. If say for an example, one customer created one record, that should not visible to the X customer, Y customer created data. So that we will achieve using the domain separation today. Tomorrow we will discuss that. Hope you are clear. Okay. So this is also anyhow, I'll tell you that tomorrow. One of the certification question can be like this: what is a multi-tenancy? What is a single tenancy? A difference. Okay. Any questions? Okay. So for today I'll stop today's session. Tomorrow we are going to have, as per the let me see the schedule. We are going to see a domain separation topic and the 10 minutes recap of whatever we discussed today. So if you have a time, please read the material of domain separation before coming to the class. Maybe that is a bit easy. Okay. I'm stopping the session for today. Thanks everyone. At the same time, Arun, 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. IST. And one thing, just want to ask you a question. You people want only weekdays or you want weekends also? That's up to you guys. Venkat is saying weekend also is fine with him. Okay, so we'll do one thing then. We'll do one thing. Okay, Saturday also we'll continue, and we'll give the break only on Sunday. Is that fine, everyone? So 6 days we will be having class, and Sunday will be a off. Okay, fine. So we'll meet at same time, 12 a.m. IST. Thanks for all for the participation. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna hear all your voice. Really sorry for today's session. Thank you so much.
कंटेंट आप लोगों को फॉरवर्ड कर देंगे टॉपिक क्या हो रहा है कैसा भाई कन्वर्ट रिकॉर्डिंग्स क्या है भाई ये?
कन्वर्ट कर फॉर्मेट में कन्वर्ट करता
अरे देखना ना, वो रिकॉर्डिंग है ही नहीं है इसमें। समझ में नहीं आ रहा मुझे एकदम क्या।
हूँ। कंटेंट जो है ना 7 दिन का जो है
हाँ
वो मेरे को दे दीजिए ईमेल में, ठीक है?
सर्विस ना देखो। अरे जीरो के भी बोल के बतला। कन्वर्ट अब बोलता होगा।
Don't have file to convert. क्यों कर रहे हैं? आपका फाइल ही नहीं है, कैसे कन्वर्ट होता? Don't have file to convert.
तो ना है जी।
कहाँ? नहीं,
प्रॉब्लम ये था। छोड़ो,
टॉपिक दे दीजिए। टॉपिक
हाँ भेजता हूँ।
ठीक है।
ठीक है हाँ भेज दूंगा। अरे क्या है यार ये?